Welcome back at Campers Watersport 2021, a special year and a special day. It's end of February and it's a really early spring, a beautiful day, close to zero wind. We have only 5 degrees centigrade or so. So it's kind of fresh, but really nice to be out, especially on a new Ray SPX 230 outboard. And not only that, this particular boat has the X package, which gives this boat some really nice detailing and some really nice added features. But let's just go through it, starting with the bow as usual. While sitting here, of course, here on the bow there's a step-on with this non-skid. And you may notice this bow roller, which is a new feature for the SPXs of Ray. So this is an option. This is a brand new boat. I think it has only 2 hours or so on the engine, so the anchor is not even installed yet, but I think it is a nice feature, especially when you want some easy anchoring, and also because there's a storage area here for the anchor and the line, which makes it very practical and very easy to use. So a nice step on, and of course a really nice bow area. The SPXs are really roomy in the bow because of the width which carries through all the way to the end of the bow. So a really nice area, and I always show how big it is. I'm 1.92 m and I can sit here really comfortably. There's plenty of space. Not only that, there's a filler piece available for this area here. So you can have a huge bow/sun lounge area to carry, I think, well, if you have kids, maybe even 4 or 5 kids, if they're not too tall yet. You may notice these speakers with the red LED inside. That comes with the X package. There's LED lighting here, but I'll come back to that later. And before I go back, there's something which I find very obvious, but is special to Ray, because Ray tends to give lots of attention to the ergonomics, and that shows by this, for example. You may notice that while I'm sitting here, this is a very natural position. And how does Ray achieve that? Most boats, if not all, are usually built as a mock-up first, which is like a 1-to-1 scale model made of even wood or cardboard, and people go on to this mock-up and they sit, they stand, and tall people, small people, and Ray just tries to find the optimum position for grab rails such as this. And not only that, but the angle of the backrest, the length of this, all these details with a grab rail here to hang on to if you're sitting here in the opposite direction. This is a good way to hang on while you're driving out on the water. And I still like the beautiful detailing of Ray, where they have these nice cleats which are screwed on from the inside instead of from the outside, which I see at other boat brands. And not only that, there's a nice Ray logo engraved, which just gives it the special look and attention to detail that we see at Ray boats. I'm lifting this cushion also to show you some details. You may notice that there's different material here which ventilates, so that these cushions within 20 years time or so are still in a good condition, because they do not keep the possible moisture inside the cushion, which would eventually destroy the cushion. And here there's some holes, and this material, this fabric, ventilates so that it stays dry. Not only that, there's storage here. And what I like is that Ray has this fiberglass gel coat finish, which gives it a smooth surface and is very easy to clean. You may think that that is something that is very common on boats, but please do check out the boats. You'll find that it isn't, but it is on Rays. Nice stitching here. This stone upholstery is available on many boats in the Ray range. But here with the X package, you may also see the red stitching, which is special for the X package. Before I go back, you may see this piece here. There's a filler piece again also to put in here. which makes this bow this really nice roomy bow area for kids or other people to sit here. But not only that, when you go out in early spring and you want to be anchoring and the water is still quite cold, this may be a chilly area. And if you then put in the filler piece, close the front window like this, you take away the wind so that you're sheltered from the wind being here in the cockpit, which I think is very practical and very nice. In the range of the SPXs, there are the 190, the 210 and the 230, this one being the 230 and the biggest. And with the 230 we have a really nice and roomy area for the toilet. Of course it's never as big as it is at home, but it is used mostly for emergency, between brackets, situations. But it's good to have it, and I also noticed that a lot of people use it as extra storage. You come on board with lots of things which you tend to use during the day. You just open the door, put it in, and your boat stays clean and tidy. There's a nice cup holder here on the port side. Talking about the port side, this reversible seat is an option. As a standard, there's a bucket seat on the port side. You do have a bucket seat on the starboard side, of course. That is necessary for the captain. But this is an option, and I really like this setup where you can swivel this backrest so that this is a great place while anchoring and sitting comfortably to read a book or whatever. So a really nice setup, and of course using it in this position you have a really nice area here, and also with the grab rail in the right place. Again, here all these panels are made in a really nice material, and this stitching is new for 2021. This red stitching comes with the X package on this particular boat. Speaker here also, so lots of nice detailing, plenty of storage also. There's a huge area below here, there's one in the bow, there's storage below the cushions, and I'll come back to a lot more storage in the back, because this is an outboard powered boat, so the space where usually the inboard engine is now used as a really nice storage area, but I'll show you later. The steering position here, ergonomics again are really good. This seat can be moved forward and aft. You can also tilt the steering wheel up or down. And this steering wheel, by the way, is a steering wheel which also comes with the X package. This is a steering wheel that usually is used in the SLX, the most luxurious sport boat range, I personally feel, of Sea Ray. A beautiful stainless steel steering wheel with this nice leather. So nice detailing again. And of course the nice dashboard with the switches, stainless steel switches with lights in them. So a really nice setup, and I like this digital dash, how they call it at Sea Ray, with a Simrad screen which can be used for lots of different things, but I'll come back to that when we take the boat out for a spin. Cup holder here, 12 volt sockets here, 12 volt and USB. There's a double one here, which is very convenient. Of course the engine controls here. This I like, again, ergonomics, just being able to put your arm here and use this as a backrest while using the throttles. Active trim here. This actually is not really needed, but because you can also control the active trim from the Simrad screen, but it can be nice in certain positions that you can access the controls for the active trim right away by using this. Okay, going back, before I do that, by the way, ergonomics again, this footrest here in an angled way, it may not seem so important, but this I find very practical and comfortable. But not only that, it also is some form of safety, because it gives you the possibility to push yourself in the seat. if you're out boating and conditions are rough and you want to grab onto the steering wheel, not being thrown to the side in rough conditions, this helps. If I push this, I push myself back in the bucket seat, which makes me stay safe in this position. So, and small added safety feature. Going back, you may notice this nice teak table. That actually is an option. If you choose the X package, you get a round teak table, which is already really nice. I personally like this option because it is a huge teak table, which gives it this warm and classy look with the Sea Ray logo engraved and some small pieces here to put your glasses in. But not only that, this is really comfortable because if you sit here, you have another way of being able to hold on to the boat like this. And also when you enter the boat, if this is just something that is not really in the way, but you can hang onto this if the boat tends to move. Again, lots of storage below. There's an option, I think, for that side to have a cooler. This boat also has the premier stereo package, the premier stereo upgrade, I should say. We did not bring the Bimini. It's not the type of year yet to bring it, but the Bimini is included in what they call a captain's package, and then the captain's package does have some things that are also included in the X package, but I'll come back to that later. Perhaps it's easier if I explain both packages in further detail in a later stage. A great setup with this U-shaped settee here, a huge area to be able to carry, I think, up to 8 people or so. So a really nice social area. Place for the main switch behind here, cup holders, another 12-volt socket. This is used also as a walkthrough, of course, but this being used as a sun lounge by using the nearly the full beam of the boat means that this is really used. Again, I'm 1.92 m, and you can see that it is, well, close to 2 meters, so plenty of room to do some nice sunbathing here. And this here also is a really nice feature. With this backrest being tilted up, you have a really nice lounge area while looking over the water at the bathing platform area. So really nice. And I did mention the storage area below here. Let me quickly show you that this is just a huge storage area, and also here it's all gel coated, so easy to clean. Double gas struts, so it's easy to open. You can leave it open even in windy conditions, so you can easily take your wakeboards or other stuff in and out with both hands. It's just really thought through. And not only that, notice these really sturdy, I would say, hinges, both made in stainless steel, which just makes this boat a boat which will last many, many years without having problems. So again, this is used also as a walkthrough. I won't do it now. And coming here to the bathing platform, this is actually a really nice bathing platform with, of course, bathing ladder under the bathing platform with a nice handle here. Again, ergonomics. So if you're coming out of the water, you have a good place to grab onto. This ski pylon is used when you choose the outboard version. With an inboard version, there's a tow hook below here. I personally like this a lot. This is really easy when you do a lot of towing, wakeboarding, water skiing, or towing, all kinds of towables for the kids. And why is that? This point where you actually put the line on is quite a bit higher than usual, which means that it hits the water 4 or 5 meters behind the boat, and that means that you have a reduced risk of having the line in the propeller, which means if you're maneuvering slightly, you need to drive aft a short distance. You can do that with this ski pylon because again it's much more behind the boat, much further behind the boat where it touches or enters the water. Now, this particular boat is equipped with a beautiful Mercury V8 250 horsepower outboard engine. There are different engine options, with this one being one of the, I personally feel, nicest. I'll take it out for a spin in a moment, but this is a really good and nice engine. I did drive many of these with different boat brands, but these are really smooth and quiet. And to prove that, we made a video for Axopar with a wine glass on it, and we managed to drive a boat up to 50 kilometers an hour. There's another video in the Axopar playlist if you're interested, but it just shows that this is an extremely smooth yet powerful engine. So again, nice bathing platform. And with it, I think we've gone through the full boat. So let's just start up the engine and take her out for a spin. Well, I've just started up the engine. We're heading out on the lake. I just realized that I forgot to mention that this boat is equipped with another option, which is the transom shower, but that of course is in the back. And also this boat has what Ray calls the portable toilet with the deck pump out. And I'm keeping this with me just to be able to also mention the two packages that this boat has. Well, it basically has the X package, which is a beautiful package, but one of the basic things of the X package is the captain's package, which consists of the bimini, which we didn't bring, the canvas for the cockpit and the tonneau cover, the cockpit table in teak, the cushion for the walkthrough, and the windshield wiper. And again, this boat has the X package, which already consists of the captain's package plus the sea deck on the swimming platform, which was not installed on this particular boat yet, as you may have noticed. The sea deck in the cockpit in a nice grey finish. The stone upholstery with the red stitching. The luxury steering wheel, which I already mentioned, which comes from the SLX series. The red LED lighting, you may see that in the cup holders, and the fender clips, which are on the outside of the boat and really practical while mooring the boat. So I'll put this away for a moment and take the boat out for a spin. We have already been driving a bit, so let me quickly check. The oil temperature is already 53 degrees or so. Just close this window for safety. I'm now doing, before I do that again, this screen now is set up with the map shown. We did not install the SD card so that I can show it in full detail, but this actually is a really good screen to show maps, even in conditions where you have strong sunlight, strong direct sunlight. If, for example, as an alternative you were to use an iPad, you would notice that in strong daylight conditions it's really difficult to read on an iPad, but not on this beautiful Simrad screen. So this is the map where you can see where you are, but if I put it on the engine alternative, you'll see that there's lots of details here. I can also slide through and show different details, and this sidebar can be customized in many ways, and I just installed or had the oil temperature indicated here because I find it very important to only do speeding when the engine is really warm, especially with the engine being brand new. So we still have 170 liters of fuel, which is plenty. We're doing 1,250 RPM approximately, and we're already doing 10 kilometers an hour. On this area of the lake, we can actually do a maximum speed of 12 kilometers an hour. but there are some speeding tracks where we can do a lot faster. So, well, going out, let me increase the speed. We're now doing 1500 RPM, and doing that, let me just pick up the speed gradually. But what I wanted to say is that it is a really smooth and quiet engine. This is, well, I would imagine being with a group of people here, you could still keep on talking where we're already doing 12 kilometers an hour. Actually, the noise coming from the water on the side here, I personally think is stronger than the noise coming from the outboard engine. So I really like the smoothness and quietness of these V8 outboards. Picking up some further speed and taking her up to plane. I'm pushing the throttle gently for the cameraman, slowly planing, 25, 28, 30 kilometers an hour. So we're up to plane now. Still really nice to drive, really easy. We're doing 3150 RPM. Let me just make some turns like this. Really nice and tight turns, and that is also because this boat is equipped with the active trim, so that if I take a turn, the engine is automatically trimmed down, which makes it very easy and comfortable to make nice, even short turns like this. And if I pick up some more speed, the funny thing I've noticed is that on the screen here I see a figure giving me the number of kilometers the boat does per liter of fuel. And if I pick up some more speed, it is driving more efficiently at 40 something kilometers an hour than it was while driving 30 kilometers an hour. Now, and this is really good fuel economy, we're doing 41, 42 kilometers an hour, and it's 1.5 kilometers to the liter, which is a really good fuel economy for a relatively big sport boat such as this 23 footer from Sea Ray. 43 kilometers an hour. Let me try to make the top speed. Slowly picking up speed. 58, 60. Sorry, I have to keep this with me before it's blown away. Sorry. 58, 68, 70, 75, 78, 79, 80.5 kilometers an hour. And I think maybe even if I use the active trim in a different way, no, I cannot outsmart the active trim. Let me take some short turns again. This really is so much fun to drive. It feels so sporty. It's incredibly fast, agile, a really sporty and fun boat to drive. Yep. Really, really great. There's one thing I forgot to mention. Every Sea Ray now is equipped this year with Visual View Mobile, which is a great feature because actually you can make a connection with your mobile to the engine so that you can check all the data about your outboard, but also about your inboard Mercury/Macruiser engine on your mobile. And you can even make a logbook. Your dealer may be able, with that app, to assist you monitoring the maintenance on the engine. So a really nice feature which comes as a standard on every Sea Ray for 2021. And with that, I'd like to wrap up this video. Thank you for watching. Again, it's February now, so we'll be making a lot more this year. But again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.